This is JJ Solomon.
This Corey Bradshaw, Mr. IOTBA. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.
It's your boy, Mr. IOTBA, Mr. 214, Senor Dos, Senor Dos, Mr. Undeniable, Mr. D Boy can't touch me on my worst day. Right here with my dog, my partner in crime, my brother from another, Mr. TSB himself, JJ Solomon. What's popping, my guy?
What's up, bro? Mr. One Half of TSB himself.
I'm just saying that because the reason why I said that, JJ, because that cap is, boy, that say if y'all ain't got that TSB, that motherfucker is exhilaratingly fresh, my boy.
We can't let the people forget what it stands for. The Spit Bucket. Hey man, we never took a second to acknowledge our intro music. And it's been a long time. That's a dope ass song, bro.
That's a dope ass song, bro. We can't wait because Clarissa Shields gonna be mad at us if we don't put no woman in there. I wonder if we put Amanda Serrano in there.
Yeah, let's put Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor on that bitch. She will block us if this old ass.
I don't care because, to be honest, that's the clip that got to go on there. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. I don't know.
That's the greatest rivalry in women's boxing history. I mean, what Clarissa would be so mad at us. She would be so mad at us.
You know my favorite movie, right? You said she'll be mad at us. Well, you know my favorite movie, right? I'll tell Clarissa Shields, well, life is like a box of chocolate. You understand me?
Until she come look at you like Terrence Crawford did.
Oh man. It's like, cuz
what would you do if Clarissa looked at you like that, bro?
I don't know. I just be like,
would it be different?
I just be like, Clarissa, you looking too pretty to be like that.
Oh man. Hey bro, just so you know, you ain't gonna be no pictures on the show today because your idiot producer doesn't know how to use a computer, so I'm sorry.
No, we don't need no show, but man, shout out to everybody who on her, right? This is Spit Bucket Podcast, episode 79, you understand me? And one thing I want to do before we start this show, I want to salute everybody from the 214 to across the pond, or wherever you at, who support the Spit Bucket Podcast, whether you on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Apple. Like the numbers that we put up is amazing on all the other platforms, and that's why we on this YouTube, because we ain't gonna stop, ain't no quit, because we're gonna keep it cracking too, but we appreciate y'all too. So I just want to say thank y'all, and please share and tell a friend to come subscribe to the Spit Bucket Podcast.
Bro, Al Money,
Al Money, man, Al Money, Mr. 231, man, that is my God. Hey, one thing about Al Money, bro, the reason why I got so much respect and love for him, because he gonna always show up and show out regardless and send his love, bro. And I salute and appreciate my dog Al Money, man.
Facts. You know what I'm thinking, bro? It's almost time for the 2024 third annual Golden Bucket Awards. We might need to add a new bucket head of the year or some shit like that.
Yeah.
What every episode, Al Money right there.
You're right, JJ. We do need to add an award, for who the biggest supporter. And I ain't gonna lie, because Al Money, that's perfect, bro. Because and I don't care because I know Al Money gonna always show up and show out. So if he win that shut your mouth 10 years in a row, hey, he gonna get it 10 years in a row. Shout out to B&B Boxing News in the building.
Yes,
salute.
Sir. Shout out to B&B Boxing News, man. We appreciate it. Man, I don't have the pictures to guide me, so we're gonna have to remember I remember the topics that we want to talk about. So, what do you want to open up, Corey? You open it up, dog. You open it up.
Yeah, I want to open it. I wanted to open it up, y'all. I want to tell everybody on the Spit Bucket Podcast around the world. I've been having this on my mind. I got to give a full apology, right, to Boost Ennis, to Ron Boost Ennis, and I got to give a full apology, to his daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because I was really harsh on them, right? And I thought at the time they deserved every bit of me being harsh on them, JJ. But as the days went on, and I started thinking about it, and I started looking at the guy in Vergil Ortiz who they was talking about that he was ducking, then I had to slap myself in the forehead and come back to a sense of reality. Now, look at this, JJ. All right, look at this.
I'm all
They
ears because
talk.
I'm all ears.
They talking about Boots is ducking or being protected. Really? So who really is the one who's ducking and who's being not ducking, but who really is the one who's being protected? And that is Vergil Ortiz Jr. Yeah, I'm talking to you, sir, and I'm going to tell you
What?
the reason why. I'm going to tell him the reason why. Vergil Ortiz was at 147. He never did nothing at 147. Salute to him for winning. He kept winning every fight he was in. Salute. I ain't taking away from that. But when they talk about accomplishing something at 147, he never did it, right? And then look, Jose Jr. This guy went up to 154, right? And everybody around the world know Vergil Ortiz lost to Bobacek. That was a clear cut, no debate. If y'all think he won, I just think y'all drinking on the alcohol tonight because it was a clear cut to me, JJ, that he won. Like I ain't gonna say it wasn't no good fight, and Vergil didn't have his moments. Just in my opinion, Bobacek beat Vergil Ortiz that night. And then look, instead of and a lot, it ain't just me. A lot of people around the world was questioning it, right?
Yeah.
Now look, Jose Jr., look, because I've been waiting to tell you this since last night, right? Now look, you beat Bobacek, right? Why are you gonna go down? Why are you gonna fight Vergil Ortiz? I mean, why are you gonna fight Boost Ennis? Because he said he think or he might have, everybody had the right to create. But why are you going towards him? When you can beat a guy like Bobacek, like they say he did, which I don't think he did. Why aren't you going for greater fights at 154 to prove your dominance and solidify yourself? Because in actuality, to me, JJ Vergil Ortiz really ain't solidified himself. Do I look at Vergil Ortiz as a good fighter? Absolutely. But do I look at Vergil Ortiz like Vergil Ortiz has came in boxing and just blew it all up and just done did something while he in boxing? I ain't seen it yet.
So you're telling me if I'm listening correctly that why is Vergil going after Boots? So you're saying Boots, if Vergil were to fight Boots, that would be a step down for Virgil's career. That's what you're saying?
Yes. Boots is a 147.
That's an insult to Vergil and Boots at the same time when you just got through apologizing to him.
No, I'm not apologizing. I'm apologizing to him because I was wrong of thinking, oh, he ducking him or,
Maybe
you
both.
know,
Maybe both can be right, Corey. Maybe both can be
no.
right.
No.
Now I disagree 1,000% with what you're saying today. Because all right, let's call the Vergil Bobacek fight whatever. I had it for the draw, however you want to call it. It was a close ass fight, and yeah, a lot of people thought Vergil lost that fight. Whatever, all right, that's a tough fight. Vergil wanted Tim Zoo. Vergil, that got canceled. Boots Ennis, don't forget, Corey, is the guy that everybody said could beat Terrence Crawford. So it's not like we're talking about some guy Vergil's trying to just bring up. This was Boots Ennis out of his own mouth. And lastly, when you said Vergil didn't accomplish anything, let's look up, let's see Bud and Vergil's fight against Mean Machine. Like, Mean Machine, okay, no, but follow me. Yeah, Boots has a strap, but I'm not taking away from his accomplishment. But since we're talking about it, how did Boots get this strap? I mean, that could have very easily been Vergil getting that. It's not like Boots both can be correct. We live in a world where our superstars ain't proving shit. We're all going off of eyeball tests from Boots to Vergil, hell, to Tank Davis. What the hell has he done besides eyeball tests? So I disagree with this with what you came with today. I do like the apology because maybe we both were a little harsh on Boots, maybe because it had just happened that day, and I don't know. But I don't agree with that. With what you said, bro.
Oh, okay, okay. And I can't be mad at you for that. But what I'm gonna do is say this. Boots, he say Virgil Ortiz be mean machine. Yeah, after Crawford ran him in the ground, yeah, I'll take that fight now against Mean Machine because Crawford really finished him. And let me come in here and fight a guy who's been finished. Oh, okay. Virgil Ortiz beat Maurice Hooker. Salute to Maurice Hooker. But Maurice Hooker was out of it. He was at 147 and he wasn't supposed to be up there. Everybody knew that. We had seen him come down his career. He a former champion. But that was another easy fight that Virgil Ortiz had, right? Okay, now Virgil Ortiz, you say he was going to fight Tim Tszyu. Really? Okay, yeah. I want to fight Tim Tszyu too. After I see him get elbowed in the head and see blood run down his face for 10 rounds. Yeah, I want that fight next. Why Virgil Ortiz? Everybody talking about Boots, right? Now, where's the energy for Virgil Ortiz? Like, he needs to do something now. You said his last fight was a draw against Bobatic. JJ, nobody around the world expected that fight to be like that or expected Bobatic to show certain flaws of Virgil Ortiz as we've seen him do. And listen, we talk about Bruce Ennis. You know, he won this fight. Now, it was clear he won. We just seen him get hit more than what he was supposed to get hit. But with Virgil, we saw him get hit more than we ever seen him get hit. And it's questions. He won the fight. I ain't taking that from him. But it's questions of people around the world. If Virgil Ortiz really won that fight, Jose Jr.
I mean, I can agree with what you said. The questions are there. You can. I mean, you're not going to call it a robbery. It was a close fight. But just again, going back to Virgil's choice of opponents, we've never seen Virgil Ortiz say something like, "Yeah, line them up. I'll fight anybody," and then pull out of fights. He's pulled out a reason for medical reasons. He's pulled out for medical reasons, and son of a bitch, Corey, stop with your faces, all right? I was about to say something about boot. No, what I was gonna say is everything you're saying, dog, is it's got truth to it, but it doesn't just. It's not just Virgil, dog. Like, you know, I mean, it's everybody with the exception of a handful, less than a handful. It's the problem in boxing. So, you know, you can blame it on Virgil's medical issues. You can blame it on whatever. Everyone's got an excuse. Whether it's their fault or not, who knows? But the bottom line is Virgil's like 2 years too late to have. He should have already been there. So, no, we'll see. I don't think the boot is a step backwards.
Another thing. No, it's not. Another thing, JJ. Madrimov is going to fight Bobatuk this month, JJ.
Yeah.
Listen, JJ, this is why I say Virgil is being protected. Madrimov is going to fight Bobatuk this month. Then he's scheduled to fight Virgil Ortiz in February, JJ. Like, this is
twisted. I don't get it.
Now, Jay, look, and you're right. A lot of fighters are like this, but nobody is bringing the heat to Virgil Ortiz, right? And he needs to be a part of that too, right? Like, look at the steps he making, right? He fighting Madrimov.
Whose fault is it that we're not getting Boots versus Virgil? That's who you should be mad at.
No, because
you had a process for 48 hours to like change your mind. No, bro, it's not that difficult. Who's to blame for the fight not happening? And it's that simple. That's what you need to put your aggression to. You already
because now I see today on my guy Ohio Run Boxing Instagram, and I know people might not like this, but Boots got a third fight set up with Karen on April the 10th.
No, I heard Brian Norman Jr. was in negotiations.
I don't know. I just seen, if you look on Instagram on Ohio Run Box, he say, well, y'all giving Boots all this, y'all need to back out because he got this fight set up. I don't know how true that is, but JJ, still seriously, why would he fight Vergil Ortiz? Like, and I'm really thinking about this. Like, this ain't nothing. Why would he fight Vergil Ortiz when he just had a fight this quickly? This quickly. And yeah, so listen, yeah, Boots. Look, and Vergil Ortiz, look how he do. Talking about we picked the best opponent available. He told that to Xander. What's his name? Xander what?
Yes.
Yeah, him. Why he don't want to fight Xander? Why he don't want that smoke with Xander?
You know how Top Rank is. Top Rank ain't gonna throw one of their top prospects, because otherwise we'd have seen Keyshawn versus Kid Austin not too long ago. They're not gonna throw Xander, even though Xander accepted that fight. They're not gonna do it. But still, you're right. I think Xander's a much more dangerous fight. A lot of people say he's too green. I think Xander gives Vergil hell. I don't think he wins, but I think he shows a lot of.
I got Xander.
Well, I think right now you're just angry, man. You're just angry.
No, I'm not angry. I'm just being honest. I'm like Vergil Ortiz is a good fighter, but like he's a good fighter who I've seen a lot of flaws out of in his last fight. Can he clean them up? Hopefully, but I've seen a lot of flaws out of him.
Right? You got to remember his fight with Bobuchuk. He was coming off a layoff, and then his fight he did have before that was like seconds long, dog. So I'm not making excuses. It wasn't his greatest performance, but ring rust is real. Inactivity is real. And that was his first fight at 154. Now, as much as you can say, damn, Madrimov, that was a bad choice, not a good choice, but dog, Madrimov gave Crawford hell. My only problem with the Madrimov fight is his fight that he's got scheduled in 2 weeks. I don't understand that. That's not healthy. That's not safe. That's not smart. It already has excuses. If Vergil goes in there and whoops Madrimov's ass, it's already got excuses. Like, well, Madrimov just came off a fight. So
why would Vergil Ortiz accept this fight then? Because that's the easy route. Okay, this guy right here.
Easy route? I don't think that's easy route.
I truly do, JJ, because it's not the 1950s no more when guys was preparing themselves to fight every month or every 2 months. Like that.
Them Europeans are ready, bro.
I just think you're trying to excuse, JJ. It's written over the wall what they're trying to do with Vergil Ortiz. It's written over the wall. There's no way Madrimov should be set up already for this fight when Madrimov is probably going to have a lot of trouble with Bobuchuk, bro. Bobuchuk
What if he doesn't? Because remember, Vergil had trouble with Bobuchuk. What if Madrimov goes in there, lands a body shot, gets him out of there in 3 rounds? It's going to make Vergil look worse. It's going to make Vergil. Now people are going to say, oh, Madrimov finna whoop Vergil's ass. Then there will be some intrigue. So it's not like it's completely dead. There's a possibility that this fight has still got some juice to it. But you're right. 2 Europeans who just do nothing but fight. That's going to be a rough fight, dog. And it's already put an asterisk on the win if Vergil gets past Madrimov. And that's if he gets past him.
He get protected, bro. Vergil is getting protected. He's been protected.
What do you think about this comment? What do you think if what's up to Boxing Magic? This is a #1 Canelo fan on Twitter. What's up, bro? I appreciate you tuning in, dog. If Vergil beats Madrimov, be ready for Crawford fans to say Crawford ruined Madrimov. I can see that. See that. But who gives a shit, man? I'm so tired.
But Crawford didn't ruin Madrimov.
And not who cares to you, dog. I'm not saying that to you, but I'm saying like in the general sense, we're just the fans, and we're the ones who always say shit like, who has he beat and shit like that. So it really doesn't matter, but you're right. I could hear that. I can hear that.
Okay. That's my guy. But I totally disagree with that. Because when I looked at that Madrimov and Crawford fight, I don't see a fighter who got ruined. I actually thought Madrimov could have edged that fight out. I'm not mad at the decision because it was that close, but I thought Madrimov could have edged that out. So people can't say Madrimov got ruined by Terrence Crawford because that was a close fight.
Yeah, it was a close fight. But here's what's about to happen. Hopefully, a lot of questions are going to be answered. We're going to see the Madrimov-Bobuchuk fight. I think a lot of casual fans kind of confuse those two dudes. Then we're gonna see what Vergil's about. We're gonna have somebody who's been in there with a 154 champ, you know. So I like where it can go, but I hate that the fights happen in December. If it wasn't for that, I would have no problems with this fight, this card, none of that, dog.
They
Let's see
still
some of these
feeding them
comments.
baby food. They still feeding them baby food, Jose Jr.
Who's baby food? Madrimov ain't baby food. I think an equally yoked fight. What's good, Spit Bucket? What's up to Modern King Boxing? We
Salute to
appreciate it.
Ronald Finkley. Ronald Finkley.
Tony Bartlett. Tony
Oh
Bartlett.
my God.
Ohio Runs Boxing.
That's what my guy Ohio Run Boxing. He put up that post I seen on Instagram, JJ, saying Boots fighting Karen. That's why I say I got to apologize to Bozy Ennis and Boots Ennis because I was too harsh on them, right? Because why would Vergil Ortiz? I'm gonna keep saying this, JJ. He is the one who's getting his hand held still. This is a guy who was.
You saying that Boots is a step backwards is not a nice apology to Boots. Like if Boots
No,
was sitting right here,
no.
he'd be like,
This is
"No, you shut up."
hey, if that's how he feel, this is the sport of boxing. This ain't the sport of feelings. I'm just letting the truth come to the power and the power come to. That's what I tell Bruce Ennis. That ain't disrespecting Bruce Ennis, right? It's just saying, damn, he want to fight me coming up, my first fight to 154. Vergil Ortiz have been established at 154 for a while now, JJ. Look, why is he trying to take a step down? And that is a step down fighting Boots Ennis, right? Because like you said, in reality, JJ, Boots Ennis is the champion of the world, but that belt got expedited by UPS to him in 24 hours, JJ.
Hey, shout out to Ohio Runs Boxing with the 499, man. What was I gonna say about Ohio Runs? Oh no, I was just gonna say if y'all want y'all's info, if y'all ever got a research project about Ohio boxing, call this dude up. Like this guy knows everything about the state of Ohio. He's impressive from the amateurs to the retired legends. So appreciate the super chat, bro.
This. Why Vergil don't want nothing with that guy from Ohio, Charles Conwell?
That is who should be fighting Vergil.
Why Vergil don't want that smoke? Why Vergil want to, like, come on now. It's time for Vergil to step up.
I was going to say about what you said about Boots. Remember just last episode, you said perception is reality? I think you were saying that, right? The general perception of Boots versus Vergil Ortiz is that this is a step-up fight big time. And I think that will be the reality, dog. Vergil has shown that with Boots for both of them. Both of them, that's a step-up fight. That's why everybody was licking their chops.
Okay, Jay, did we not just see how Boots looked against Karen?
We did.
Did we not just see?
Well, he couldn't bring it out of me, and I need to move up to the other weight, and I'm ready for all the top names of 154. And then all of a sudden, he didn't hear that he was getting negotiated.
I ain't making no excuses for Boots. He was emotional because he was coming there, JJ, in my opinion. And like I say, I be too harsh sometimes. And I'm not big enough to give an apology, right? Like when I feel like I'm absolutely wrong on something. I can really look at Boots, even though I was critical of him. But I think I was too critical because, I got to put myself in that moment. I'm in front of my hometown, right? Everybody watching me, right? This is my coming out party, really, right? To just I'm supposed to get this guy up out of here, and it don't go that way because my fans kept seeing me get hit with uppercut. Hold up, after uppercut. Hold up, after uppercut. I'm just saying.
No, man, and we heard Regis say that too. He's like, man, it's harder to fight in front of your own. It's just an extra pressure. So no, I see that for sure. And I thought about that when this fight was first scheduled. But still, dog, I said this last time and I'll say it again. When you have an elite fighter, a special fighter, see Mayweather rematch with Castillo, see Mayweather rematch with Maidana, see Chavez with Meldrick Taylor. I see all of these rematches. When you have an elite fighter come off of a close fight in a rematch, that elite fighter usually makes the adjustment and spreads the gap. This fight, we didn't see that in the rematch. We saw the opposite. We saw the B fighter. We saw him make the adjustment and made it a more competitive fight. Boots got worse. So that left the question for me is he elite? I had that question going into the fight. I talked to you about it. now I still have that question. Same exact thing with Vergil Ortiz. We named him He Got Next 2 years ago, and here we are.
Boy, was we wrong.
Yeah. And we see the fight, but we also see the holes in the game. That's why this fight ain't a step back for either one of them. It's a big time proven fight. Okay. Let's hit these comments quick, my guy. Modern King says Bocha been beat by Brian Adams. He's a good boxer, but Vergil might have the remedy. Better do it with Madrimov. It's an intriguing fight. Homeboys at IOTBA boxing. That falls on Oscar. This is the Charles Conwell thing. It does fall on Oscar. Because who's he protecting? Shit. Because you can say he's protecting Vergil, he's protecting, but that's a fight right there, dog. That's a fight. And that does fall on Oscar.
Vergil. Like, you got to understand, Vergil is, and like we know, Mexicans is a big part of boxing, right? This ain't nothing that I'm saying that's crazy. It's just the truth and reality. Mexicans show up and show out more than a lot of races do, especially in the sport of boxing, right? Vergil was a Mexican. Oscar De La Hoya, though, if he can get this Mexican, and Vergil ain't really no pretty boy or nothing like that, JJ. So if Vergil could be this assassin and this killer, and he got that, that look to where he looked like he mean and he a killer, right? That could sell. So I think Oscar and them is protecting Vergil. I got much love for Oscar De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins, and the whole Golden Boy staff. But like Bernard Hopkins say, he want us to tell the real. Don't never be afraid to tell the real. And I feel like Oscar got his hand on the left, Bernard got his hand on the right. Oscar, Eric Gomez holding him in the middle, a huggy tight, like it's his barrel. I'm just saying, Jay. It's time for Vergil to show up.
That's the funniest shit. Hey, let's see. Ohio. No, let's see. Boots was a whisper for a long time. I don't get it. You gotta explain yourself. Khan moved up to fight Canelo without taking a tune-up. Correct? No, but let's be honest, bro. It's like I would move up to take a tune-up for that kind of money too. If Canelo didn't have the money that he had, Amir Khan would not have fought him. Come on now. No, I was looking at you, not Ohio runs boxing.
And another thing, Jay. Look, if people go back and look at Boots and Cameron first fight and go look at my videos, Cameron was getting with Boots then. So I'm not surprised. Like, Cameron did surprise me that he was able to come back and fight in the middle with Boots. But if you go look at that last fight, even though Boots won that fight, Cameron was making it hard for Boots, boxing him on the outside. I seen it then.
Yeah, but still, my biggest problem with what you said is Boots is stepping down for Vergil. That's no bueno.
No, it ain't that. It's just Boots ain't he ain't like Boots is a good fighter, right? But why should he be the sacrificial lamb for Vergil Ortiz when Vergil at 154 and I still want to fight at 147 when you just arguably lost to Bobatic? Is that why you want to fight the 147? You don't want to go up and fight the guys up the upper ladder, Vergil Ortiz? What's popping? Everybody give everybody else a smoke. What about Vergil?
Kell Brook move up to fight Triple G, and that wasn't big money. I mean, it was no Canelo fight. So, I mean, I agree, bro. This is the natural move, dog. There ain't nothing. Boots, Vergil should have happened. And in my opinion, and this ain't no me giving Golden Boy no back massage. I put this on Boots, dog. This ain't Vergil's fault. Not this time, man. But damn.
I ain't saying this Vergil fault. Oh, go ahead.
Now, Canelo beat Kovalev at 175 without a tune-up. You know what the tune-up was, though, was Kovalev and his vodka, bro. That was some motherfucking tune-up.
I ain't saying whoever fault it is. I just look at the play from Vergil Ortiz. I look at the play on how they trying to move Vergil Ortiz. Everybody know Vergil Ortiz. We seen a lot of things when he fought Boba Chuck. And we know as you start fighting competition that get better, the exposure of fighters and who they really is come out. We seen that. So what Vergil Ortiz say? Oh man, I think I need to fight one of these guys. I want to go fight Boba Chuck. I got to go fight Boots Ennis,
A Boots Ennis, like Boots is just a walk in the park.
And I ain't saying he is. And that's another thing, JJ. like you just said, he got the belt expedited, right? So
I didn't
if
say that. You
he,
said that.
no, I know I said that, right? But you said Emil, I said it was expedited to him. But look, JJ, he still ain't proved himself at 147. He still got Brian Norman Jr. there. That's the fight I want to see. I don't
That's
know, no. If Virgil wanted to stay at 140, come back down to 147, then Virgil. Then I'll be saying, then I'll say, okay, Boost, you running from this fight. He willing to come down to 147. Virgil trying to get the advantage because he done been at 154 for a long time. He big now. He gonna be naturally bigger. He just won the fight in the judge's eyes, not in my eye. And now he want to fight little Boots Ennis, who ain't gonna be even acclimated. People can tell me
little
about
boots.
other fights.
Come on,
Hey,
bro.
hey,
Come on.
hey, Jay. People can tell me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, here's my boring ass opinion. If Boots is staying at 147, Virgil staying at 154, both of them got bright futures there. And Boots got a bright future 154. I think. I still am not too sure about the chin
I
and the
don't know about
durability.
neither one of them right now, Jay. They still got a lot more to work on and
I
do.
agree.
Like these are two guys who should have been at the podium right now. Like they should have had that fire. They should have had that banner right of the next guys, and they still ain't fully did that yet. So where's they gonna go? It's undetermined. I'm not gonna crown these dudes because I ain't seen enough to actually crown them and say, hey, you're a legitimate fighter. Are they good fighters? Absolutely. But have they legitimized themselves? In my opinion, no.
I can say the same thing about 90% of our superstars right now, dog. Like, and I'm not deflecting. I'm just saying that's the state of boxing we're in. Nobody has proven it. Devin Haney gets a lot of shit. I know a lot of people hate him, and I'm not crazy about how Devin Haney's moved for the past 12 months. But at least he fought Lomachenko. At least he fought Ryan Garcia. I mean, say what you want about Ryan, but it turned out to be a damn war. At least Devin was fighting the fight. And that's not me just praising Devin. Everybody always taking shit out of context. No, like with that exception of Devin, bro, like nobody has fought each other. We had to beg Terrence Crawford and Errol to fight for 6 years. Like it's just a terrible state, especially the red, white, and blue boxing, especially here
That's what I'm
stateside.
going to say. That's what I'm just going to say because like you
Hey,
pointed it
listen,
out
another
in our last
Ohio runs boxing treating us tonight. Steak and lobster. Appreciate you. It
But just
being
like
so
you
nice.
told me, just like you told me on our last show, it's these American boxers. I love the fighters from across the pond. Them are my favorite fighters. Bro, listen, this is the sport of boxing. Listen, just because I'm American, right? I don't got to go for every American fighter, right? I really don't, right? Because I go for fighters, and I cheer for fighters who satisfy me, who want to be the best, bro. And a lot of the fighters from across the pond, them are who I'm cheering for. Like, you think I'm cheering for Hitchison? Um,
I am.
I'm not cheering for nail one of them, right? Like, because listen, Paro is actually proving a point, right? But I want to see what Hitchison gonna do after this, because I ain't finna crown him yet either. Because as soon as he win this belt, he gonna start acting the same old way as everybody. I'm just saying, I hope he don't do that, but I ain't gonna crown him either. But like I said, it's a good fight, and I don't know. I'm leaning towards Liam Paro, not just because I like fighters from across the pond. It's just I done seen some stuff in Richard Hitchison, and I know Liam Paro hit hard, and yeah,
Oh,
it's
hey,
gonna
ain't
be a
gonna
tough
butcher
one.
his name again. The butcher. You said Richard Hitchison.
Oh, what
Hey,
is
but
it?
anyway, man, no, I got hitch on that fight, but because he just looks focused, and I don't know. I agree with Ohio runs boxing. Boots better unify his next fight, and if he doesn't, it's gonna be bad news bears. Uh, hey, I want to see that Brian Norman fight, like you said, dog. People sleep on Brian Norman because they don't know. It's relatively an unknown name before here recently, but dog, that's the
Yeah, I
fight I want.
know. And I love Brian Norman Jr. and I love Brian Norman Sr. JJ, I do. But reality is reality. They could have had that fight with Boots if they would have turned down that $1.7 million. That's just
Yeah,
reality. They could say this and that or that and this. No, if you're trying to be great in boxing, you're gonna do it to be great because if you win the fights, then the money is gonna come, right? Because they had the opportunity to beat the guy who everybody thought was the next guy at 147, and they could have became the guy at 147. So in reality, Brian Norman Sr. and Brian Norman Jr., they looked at the money. And that was a lot of money for Brian Norman being so unknown right now. He's not just a household name right now. Us purists, we know who he is. And I love Brian Norman Jr. I think he knocked Boots out. Everybody know that. That's how I said I feel. But I do feel like it was a wrong decision for him and his father, when I think about it now, to turn down that money from Boots. Look how it played out now. Look how good Karen did in that fight. What if that was you, Brian Norman Jr., and you got more power than Karen do? The punches you could have been landing on him, it could took you to the glory land. It's just my opinion. Then you got Brian Norman Sr. talking about, oh, he blamed Eddie Hearn. Stop. Stop.
We're gonna have to get his ass back on and just see what he's got to say about it. All right, let's do a shift in topic real quick, man. Real quick, Toby Barter said the red, white, and blue, nothing wrong with UK. Great Britain boxing at the moment. I guess
that's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Yeah, y'all's red, white, and blue is doing. Y'all's red, white, and blue is doing a little bit better than our red, white, and blue right now, unfortunately. But we appreciate y'all, and thank you, DAZN, for letting us see their red, white, and blue. Yo, so I wanted to talk Tank Davis, dog. You know, we got the Tank Davis Lamont Roach fight coming up, all that good stuff. I've said my piece on it, how I feel and all that, whatever. We got the fight coming up. But Tank Davis yesterday or 2 days ago announced his retirement. Said he's going to retire after 2025. Said he got a few more fights in him, but that's it. After that, and I'm adding this piece to it just so I don't forget. Tank did come out with an interview with I forgot where the hell I saw his interview, but he said he wants to change as a person. He wants to go to therapy, but he's afraid if he goes to therapy, it's going to take that killer instinct out of him. But he wants to be more peaceful. He wants to be a better dad for his daughter. So Tank took a lot of shit and all of that, and a lot of it he deserves. And yeah, and I'm about to give him some too. But if that's the reason and he ain't bullshitting us, I ain't mad at the man, dog. You know, I'm a family man. The man came and took his money, never really fought a big fight. And if you're trying to change yourself as a person, especially for your kids, man, we've always said you gotta be a little psycho to do this. If that psycho gets healed or treated, then you're just gonna be chasing some old version of yourself. And that's how you're gonna get injured and all that. So if that's the reason, I salute him. I still got a whole lot to say about this Lamont Roach fight and what we've seen thus far from Tank Davis as one of the faces of boxing. IOTBA, your thoughts?
I agree with what you said about Tank. Never really getting the fights, but when I think about big fights that Tank could have had, the only one I think about is Lomachenko.
I can't hear you.
I said when I think about big fights that Tank could have had, it's only one that come in my mind. And that's Vasile Lomachenko, JJ. That's the only big fight that I've seen, the only one. The only one. Because listen, everybody, that's why I'm glad how life plays out, right? You can go through your ups and downs, you can go through your trials and tribulations, then you can rise above it all. It's not just that, everything can play its way out, Jose Jr. Me saying that, right? Shakur, a big fight? What's your mind say?
What do you consider a big fight? Because I say hell yes for the sport of boxing. I'm not talking about popularity or whatever. For the sport of, we will have an answer to the question: who was better? That's all I want.
Okay, so in the reality, honestly, do you think people looking at Shakur, right, and thinking he could beat Gervonta Davis? I get it. We're not getting a fight. I'm saying, but do you look at a lot of people saying Shakur gonna beat Gervonta Davis? Do you think it'll
I
be
see a lot.
even
I see.
50-50 split?
I see it 50-50. I see the people always say this to me. If anybody can beat Tank, it's going to be somebody like Shakur. Now that's including me. That's not me saying Shakur going to beat Tank Davis. I think Shakur can beat Tank Davis in a very boring ass fight, but I think Shakur could beat Tank Davis. But that's why we pay to see the fights, and that's why it would be an injustice to see Tank Davis retire. Yeah, I just said everything about okay, salute your dog, your kids, and your family, and you wanted to be a better man. I get it. I respect it. Actually, that takes some balls, but that's why we've been begging you for the last 5, 6, 7 years to make these fights happen. That's why we've been every chance they give. Somebody got a microphone in your face asking about Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko, over and over and over and over. So that's why we asked. Because now, just like you said about Zach Martin. No, it wasn't you. Somebody else earlier said Zach Martin retiring from the or gonna probably retire, another Hall of Famer that the Cowboys have just used and abused. Tank Davis is going to be another guy who, in my opinion, could have been super badass elite because I think he had it, and I don't think we've seen it all from him. But he's just gonna go retire. Like, man, there was so much left in the tank. There was so many super fights that could have been had to prove the legacy. Like I say about Canelo, to prove that legacy. But instead, you're going to leave that God-given talent you were blessed with, and it's always going to be what could have been. You're going to have them Tank Davis diehards who will always say, oh, he was the next best thing since Muhammad Ali. But here we are, dog. We got, 12 months left of Tank Davis's career, and it's just going to be nothing but coulda, woulda, shoulda. Man, I wish he would have, and that's why
Not
I'm
really
pissed.
not really because I look at it like this, right? Boxing is a sport that you have to make the fans be intrigued, and to get a big fight, it has to be on both sides of the aisle, JJ. So I'm gonna tell you like this: even though I agree that Tank could have fought better fights, right? I'm gonna tell you like this: he's gonna fight better fights because he said one of them fights that he's looking for is Teofimo Lopez. I want a Teofimo Lopez fight more than I want a Shakur fight. That is a
Fact.
way better. That is a way better fight than the Shakur fight, JJ. Now listen, people want to talk about Shakur this and Shakur that. He always talking about ask anybody in the gym. I'm a bad motherfucker. Okay, Shakur, great. Okay, Shakur, we're going to bow to you, Shakur. Everybody in the gym will say you a bad motherfucker. But when we see you in the ring, not saying that you don't win, it's just subpar, this best boring, put you to sleep, turn it off in the 6th round type stuff, right? Look, I said Teofimo going to be one of them fights. The next fight will be Ryan Garcia. It's going to be a super explosive, big money making, huge fight, JJ, where he's going to make an abundance of money, right? Because people could think what they want to think. Yeah, Ryan had a little stuff in his system, but I don't look at him no different because you could have drunk that off the aisle. That was clear. Everybody said that. Yeah, is it cheating? Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's not go
No,
into it, Dan.
I'm just saying. But look, JJ, his stock has went up. The way he beat Devin Haney, no matter what nobody think about it at all, they
He
get a
beat Devin Haney?
scumbag.
That's not
The
what
way
Boxer is.
I know, but they gave him the win back. But
No, I'm
before
just
he
kidding.
got the win back, JJ, the way he beat him, everybody be like, "Oh, this is a new guy." Yeah, look, Ryan Garcia looked great with Derrick James. I got to give Derrick James his credit. He looked. I mean, hey Jay, I'm sorry he did.
You got to
But
remember those rounds where Devin Haney wasn't getting absolutely fucking rocked. Because Devin Haney was boxing a good fight when his legs were there, and the moment he would get touchy, but it's not like Ryan was just outclassing him. Ryan was looking like shit, like he always does in his weird ass style, and then he'd land that shot, and Devin didn't know what the hell to do with it. So let's not act like Ryan just outclassed Devin Haney all of a sudden. Yeah, his
he did.
stock
He
has
did.
gone up.
He did. He did. In my opinion, he did that fight, but he had some stuff in his system, and they took it back. That's neither here nor there. But that's gonna be the fight next year. And Shakur, are you doing all this talking on the internet, right? Or saying this and saying that? Fam, you must show up against Kid also, fam. You must show up. If you want to be the last winning sweepstakes on the lottery ticket of the end of the year, like right now, you better show up and show out. You better come in there and put on a dominant performance, and it has to be not only defensively but offensively. Shakur has to come in there and show us that he is really a fighter. People can say it's hit and not get hit. Yeah, it is. But when you're boring, that's gonna make people not want to watch you. Like y'all talking about, we want to be entertained as fans, right? We the one who putting our money down. We the one paying the pay-per-views, going to the fights and this and that. So fans want to be entertained. And if you ain't giving them that Shakur, they not going to be on your side. Like the fans are not on your side right now, right? He must come in there and be super explosive. He must come in there and willing to take more chances. Shakur Stevenson has to come in this fight against Kid Austin and be dominant. And I'm talking about be offensively dominant, staying in the pocket, not doing that duck goose, chase roll, run a beat, running around the ring. JJ, if he
Nah,
wants
you're
to
right.
be in the sweet
You're right.
spot.
I agree with you. That'll win fights. That'll win fights, but it won't win fans. And it most certainly won't win a payday with Tank Davis. And I want to take a quick second to remind you that the first 5 or 6 rounds of every Tank Davis fight is also a snooze fest until he lands that one shot. So it's not like Tank Davis just gives us these toe-to-toe, action-packed thriller. Tank Davis don't do shit for 5, 6, 7 rounds. He gets behind the scorecards and he lands a massive shot that ends the fight. Now, yeah, one might argue that's why we come out to watch it for the knockouts. I agree, but me as a boxing fan, I don't just look for the knockouts, which is why the Tank Davis fight is just not that much more exciting than a Shakur Stevenson fight. For me, I don't listen to the noise. I'm telling you what my eyes see. Tank Davis fights, I know it's going to be boring until he puts his opponent to sleep, like he's put all of us to sleep, and then boom, done. Fight's over. And then everybody talks about how exciting he is. It's not exciting. It's like seeing a lightning bolt. You're just sitting there, or a shooting star even. But I was going to say this. Hold on. Let's take it back a step before I went on my rant. Tank Davis, Shakur's Africa.
You know that lightning bolt. You know that lightning bolt coming though. And look, I'm gonna tell you why it's impressive. Even though I wanted Tank to do more, right? I wanted him to do more. And Tank did what he wanted to do. He did. Who is that? Frank Sinatra said, "I did it my way." Is that Frank Sinatra? Okay,
Yeah.
so look, even though I wanted Tank to do more, but when you say it's not exciting, Tank has a specialty in him where he put that mental pressure on you, JJ. Like you may say he losing around, but he put so much mental pressure on fighters. Did you see Frank Martin and how tense he was? And then when Frank Martin couldn't take the pressure no more, you seen that Ryu uppercut and seen his neck come out his shoulders, JJ?
Correct. That's great. That's a great ass point. Mental pressure is real, and we can feel it when we're watching a Tank Davis fight. We can feel that at any moment this fight's about to be over. And you know who else feels that even harder? The guy looking across him from the ring. So you make a hell of a point. Yeah,
And
those fights.
Other fighter? One of your favorite fighters. Like I like one of your favorite fighters in the world. Bam Rodriguez. That mental pressure he put on fighters.
It's a real thing, bro. That's a good ass point. And I will salute you for that. That's a good ass point. So yeah, and that's partially what makes the Tank Davis fight exciting. And you got the right answer. I just was hoping you wouldn't get the right answer. But that's why we watch. We know we're glued to the TV. And you just shut down my whole argument because I've always argued, Tank Davis fights aren't that exciting. But I knew deep down here, and that's why we watch. So when I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm fucking wrong, Corey, and that is absolutely right. So salute to you. Look, even Boxing Magic said facts. Yes, sir. Keggy agrees Shakur got to put on a show. Boots is a fraud. And he was talking to you when you were talking about, I think Shakur. Floyd ruined Tank.
No,
I thought when Tank left Floyd, he was gonna go and start picking all these big fights, and we ain't seen him yet. So I don't know who the hell ruined who, bro. Like Tank said today, what? I don't care about the belts. I'm here to make my money and leave. That sounds very similar to his mentor a few years saying, hey, when it comes to legalized bank robbery, I'm the best in the world. And look, salute to them. Salute to them. They came in, took advantage of a vulnerable sport, took advantage, and shit. I mean, Tank, is he a Hall of Famer? I mean, God, it feels weird asking that because he's a superstar. But let's say we're not looking at pay-per-view numbers. I mean, looking at just resume. Tank's a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer, Jay. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy to me. If Tank wasn't Tank, would he be a Hall of Famer? But anyway, you all right over there? You thinking about the answer to the question?
I'm just, like, Tank left a lot out there. That's why he deserved criticism. Man. Tank left a lot out there, a lot of meat on the bones out there. You're right. That's where he deserved a lot of criticism. Man. I will forever just have that hope and wonder and why he didn't do this, right? But like he said, if this is his last year, JJ, if he get Teofimo, and it's all about the money, JJ. Him and Ryan Garcia did $1.2 million pay-per-view. They're gonna do $2 million. They're gonna do $2+ million this time, JJ. $2+ million this time. And then JJ, I'm look, I know Shakur is the favorite versus Kid Austin, right? I get it. I'm not stupid to boxing. I ride with Kid Austin, right? And I want him to win. I do. I'm not gonna sit on here and be dishonest with people. I'm not saying that I ain't cheering for Floyd Kid Austin Jr. to win that fight. I am cheering for him, but I'm not gonna be biased in the situation, right? Like Floyd Kid Austin Jr. Like he must come in this fight, JJ. And he must not let Shakur breathe. He must not let him breathe, right? He really must not, because in reality, right, and Kid Austin supposed to be right here, but Floyd Senior have gaslighted a lot, right? He said Floyd gonna be the greatest ever, right? And you supposed to say that, but he said the hypnotizer that he done did and everything he said he done did, this could be a huge hit. I'm cheering for Kid Austin. I just hope Kid Austin come out here and fight the smart fight, JJ. But Shakur, if you is who you say you is, because we tired of your talking, fam. You done said F the fans. You done said we don't know nothing about boxing. But let's be honest, Shakur was the same one told us boots were special. So Shakur, do you know anything about boxing, sir? Let's get to our last subject before we go.
You're picking on boots and Shakur. No, look, I'm gonna say this. With the tank shit again, and now that he's got retirement in his head, he has to call it quits because you're not the same after that, and you're putting yourself in danger. So I love your game plan there. I like that game plan.
Some people saying he's trying to do that, like other fighters done did in the past to make the fans yearn. And I think he got that effect, JJ. Tank star power. I think he got that effect to where it's gonna lean on the fans because we're gonna have Shakur, Devin
Hell yeah.
No, man.
You criticizing Shakur a lot, and listen, I have two things to say. I want to say this thing when we're talking about Shakur Stevenson and his fight. And don't let me forget, I wanted to talk about Kid Austin. But Shakur Stevenson, man, you have to, if whoever's watching right now, we're supposed to be boxing fans, right? You can't call yourself, I've said this before, I don't know if I've said it on the show, but you can't say you call yourself a fan of film, of movies, and only like horror films, or only like Fast and the Furious, right? So we can't call ourselves boxing fans and say we only want to see wars. We only want to see knockouts. There's an art to this sport. So when I sit down to watch a Tank Davis fight, it's completely different expectation than when I sit down to watch a Shakur Stevenson fight. Like when I sit down to watch a scary movie, I am not expecting to be laughing the whole time like when I'm sitting down to watch a funny movie. Just because they have different types of action does not mean one sucks and the other one is not shitty. We have to appreciate what Shakur Stevenson is able to do in the ring, just like we have to appreciate what Tank does and all of these guys. Just because it ain't an all-out war, you have to adjust your expectations. Don't sit down for a Shakur Stevenson fight expecting to see William Cepeda. That's on you, not Shakur Stevenson. And that goes for all the fighters, bro. It's a little bit, it's a mix-up of everything. When I see Ryan Garcia fight, I know I might watch some ugly-ass, awkward style-ass fight, but it's probably going to end in a knockout. You know, we got to set our expectations. Now.
Yeah, you right. No, you right. But JJ, like if you're trying to build this ain't a team sport. This is individual. And if our expectations of Shakur is that, like people ain't gonna be ready to watch Shakur on no Saturday night. He ain't gonna be no.
That makes us sound so. It makes us sound so dumb, bro. Like, oh, we have to see ooga booga. Like let's see some skills. Now, I do have a problem a little bit because look, 2 years ago, I thought Shakur was the future and all that. I still think he's an incredible talent. There's a different type in his defense, a different type of defense. Him and Floyd Mayweather, you cannot compare them. Floyd Mayweather, yeah, he has moved a little bit, but for the most part, Floyd stays in that pocket, and his defense is, his defense, what he's made iconic. Shakur is a lot of movement. I would like to see Shakur use that brilliant defense and that vision in the pocket. Let's see some slick defense, not the track star. So I do get that part of it. But no, I'm just talking about in general. We got to set our expectations. Not everything is going to be Mexican style. You know what I'm saying, man? There's different types of excellence and brilliance in this sport, and that's why I love it. Now I want to talk real quick, Schofield and Shakur, because Shakur called me a Kid Austin cheerleader one time. And look, we got a relationship with them. It's rock solid, and we got nothing but love for the kid and his pops. But like you said, we're not here to be biased, and we never will be. Shakur's obviously the favorite. Shakur's an incredible talent. He's an Olympian. He's a champion, multiple division champion, and he's hard to hit. The numbers don't lie. So if we're basing this fight based on what we've seen, like right now, Shakur has to be the favorite. Schofield has to learn damn near a new skill set, unless he just hasn't shown it in the ring. What you said, though, about he needs to be on Shakur's ass, I pray to God that Floyd doesn't spend the first 6 rounds chasing Shakur's chin and loading up, because that is going to drain his ass. If he's loading up for the chin, chasing Shakur around, he's going to be exhausted, and it's going to be susceptible for a bad ending. I want to see Kid Austin. And look, guys, I'm never going to be biased, but obviously this time we got a little, we've seen the kid damn near grow up. And so, I want to see a good fight. And Shakur knows I'm a huge fan of his too. But I want to see Kid Austin work the body. I don't even want to see him attempt a shot to the head, because he's not going to touch Shakur Stevenson's chin. Not the first 6 rounds. Work the body every chance you get. It's going to keep Shakur from moving so much later in the fight. And Shakur's slowly going to start lowering them hands. But Kid Austin, if he goes in there head hunting the way he fought in his last fight, dog, I don't see it ending pretty. So I really hope, Coach, if you're listening, I know we're going to have plenty of chance. I really hope that they implement a designed body attack. I don't care if Shakur knows it's coming. That has to be the game plan. I think that's the only way to beat him if you're Kid Austin.
Agree 100%. And another thing, he cannot smother his punches on the inside. And he, like you say, he smothers his punches when he's trying to head hunt. Because I know, yeah, you want to be entertaining, but you also got to be calculated too.
Sure.
You're inside that square circle. We know that you could get right there, Kid Austin. We know that. But when you get right there, be smart. Like, JJ said, don't go head hunting in the first 6 rounds. We're not saying don't swing to the head, but don't go head hunting. And please, don't come out here trying to box Shakur like you're the better boxer. If you can come here and prove to us that you're the better boxer than Shakur, then you will definitely be up there because that'll be something that we think that you can't do because the perception, and like I say, JJ, perception is everything, right? The perception is of how Kid Austin fights is he is a rugged fighter who try to beat you up on the inside. Now, to his credit, he did show boxing skills in that last fight, right? But to his credit, to his discredit, right? He was getting hit with some heavy punches
And nobody attacked. Nobody
yeah,
attacked.
no body shot, no body attack, but
He'd have got him
yeah.
out of there with a body shot, bro. But no, and that's the youth. That's gaining experience. We saw how stern Pops was with him after the fight. I promise you, kid ain't gonna make that mistake again. He learned in that fight. You know what I mean? He didn't like the way he felt for that fight, even though it was a unanimous decision. So that's where those rounds matter. Kid learned something, and that's why they grow. The Keggy says, I don't think Schofield could beat Tevin Farmer, let alone Shakur. He says, I don't think Schofield's that good. But my argument to that, Keggy, is that, and he does throw props. Haven't said that, big props to Schofield for taking the fight, even though he should have listened to Oscar and B-Hop. Listen, what I've said about that 135 to 140 division, dog, is that it's a lot closer than we think. Public perception is that you have Tank and Shakur and these guys who are on just this extraordinary level. But again, like, yeah, the eye test is there. But we saw Tevin Farmer look like shit one time, and then his last fight out, he gave Cepeda hell. So it's like any day, these 135, 140 pounders can come out and shock the world. And I tell you what, Kid Austin's a gym rat, constantly learning. And he's got as good a shot as anybody, man. He's got that big shot. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, Shakur's a big favorite. But man, salute to them for taking that fight. I know they're not listening to the promoters, bro, but how can you tell the young man no, man? You know what I mean? He obviously ain't chasing just Tank Davis. He ain't just chasing a big, giant payday. He wants anybody.
And who are they, in respect to them, but who are they to tell this young fighter not to take his $1 million fight if he think he can win? Nobody can tell Oscar De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins not to take their first $1 million fight when they had to sit in town. So I think that's where they crossed the line a little bit, trying to tell Kid Oscar what he shouldn't do. Now I get it, Oscar. You want his best intentions, but don't try to deny this dude if he really believe in his heart and soul, and he ranked #2 in the WBA, right? Not the WBC and nothing like that, but if he ranked in an organization that high, that shows me he is a good enough fighter to possibly get in there and might pull out the big time upset.
We'll see how it goes, bro. Well, man, let's just hit this last comment. I would like to see Schofield a couple more learning fights like somebody, Tevin Farmer. I know they were yapping for a bit. Tevin Farmer was on the Boxing Voice, but that never really took off. But anyway, I know we were going to talk about the Riyadh card, but it's getting a little late, and we'll pick up on it. We got plenty of time to talk about it, so we'll get to it. But Corey, any closing thoughts you want to finish off with, my boy?
Yeah, I just want to say we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but Terrence Crawford put up a post talking about 2025. I'm gonna show y'all I'm great again. Like Terrence Crawford, we know you're great. Get off your high horse. You putting that post out like you finna get Canelo. Now I'm gonna say this right here. If
Let's talk
Turkey
about it if
LSU,
you got time.
no,
If you
no,
got time,
okay, I got a little time. I got a little time. But if Turkey LSU giving Usyk and Tyson Fury $190 million, right? What do you think he gonna have to give Canelo to take this
what?
fight? Now, if Turkey willing to put, what you mean what?
Tyson Fury and Usyk is the heavyweight championship of the world. That's the highest
Hey,
payday of anything, especially a rematch.
it's great, JJ, but they're not bigger than Canelo. Sorry.
What? Tyson
And
Fury is
then
bigger
look,
than
and
Canelo.
then no, he's not. And then look, if a lot of people, a lot of Crawford people, a lot of fans out here think Crawford could do the unthinkable against Canelo. So JJ, if you make this match, I'm not saying this match won't do big money. I just know Canelo gonna break Crawford down, and that's where a lot of Crawford fans think I'm hating it. Okay, whatever. If Crawford do it, I'm like Crawford. I'll never deny you again, right? But JJ, Canelo ain't gonna take nothing less than that. If he ain't coming with 100 million for Canelo versus Crawford, I'm talking about Canelo get 100 million. If he
No, I
dropping
hear
that
you.
money for Usyk and Fury, he got to drop that money, and then
I
this
hear you.
fight could be made. And then the fight will be made. The Crawford talking about, and then he said Crawford out to May. Okay, so you got to give this one, you got to pay Canelo. If he paying Usyk and Fury, everybody's saying this is a big fight, JJ. Even though I feel like you got Canelo winning this fight, don't you?
Yeah. Canelo versus
You,
Bud.
you I
Yeah.
think
I
Canelo
mean,
might
yeah.
knock him out, JJ.
I mean, you just threw it on me all of a sudden. Shit, didn't even let me think about it. But no, I think no, yeah, the smart pick is Canelo. But the caveat is, I hate this going up in this weight and shit. It takes a very, 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 very special fighter to pull some shit off like this. And if there's anybody who can do it, it would be Bud Crawford. But hey,
He ain't
which
that
I mean,
special.
you say it
He's
no so
special.
certainly, huh?
He's special from 135 to like I guess we could say 154, but like he
Yeah,
ain't that special.
168 or
Like he
164.
ain't.
Hey, you don't know that. You don't
Look,
know that.
I'm open for it, but Turkey Al-Sheikh gonna have to pay Canelo
Well,
Alvarez. Huh?
you heard today. Do you hear what Canelo said today?
What did he say?
He shut down all the rumors of them working, negotiating. He said he hasn't talked boxing, but he wants to pick it back up in January. But he did say he's never closed-minded to working out business. So he basically said, if the money's right, I'm open to it. Listen, like you said, Turkey dishing out a lot of money for the Fury Usyk rematch. Did you hear the type of money? I don't know how accurate this was, but I heard some stupid ass number. I damn near don't want to repeat for the sake of credibility, but somebody said he offered like Jay Paul and Tyson 700 million for a rematch if Tyson were to stop him or some shit. I don't know how accurate that was, but
I
it
ain't see
would
that.
not surprise me one bit, seeing what kind of money that fight generated. But let's say that didn't happen. To your point about Usyk Fury, I mean, he Turk is digging in his deep in his pockets. Um, both those fighters look. I was actually talking to Barbecue earlier, and he, I was big time against this fight at first. But I'm at the point now where it's grown on me because here's the only reason why. Canelo has shown that he's not going to take the big challenges that we want no more. He's going to do what he wants. Hold on, this ain't a criticism. I'm just calling it like I see it. Canelo's proven that he's at the end of his career, and now it has to just make financial sense. It don't matter about the legacy or none of that shit. Bud Crawford fight once every fucking 18 months, whatever, 12 months. Both of them are at the end of the road, bro. Neither one of them have aspirations to grow. Well, I guess Bud does if he wants to do that. But both of them have a Hall of Fame career behind them already. This is just the icing on top. So it's like we're not ever going to get the best of them again. So might as well fucking make it happen and just answer all the questions. And if boxing does what it's supposed to do, Canelo should go in there and handily beat Terrence Crawford. If it doesn't happen, then you
Correction.
got a motherfucking legend. If Crawford beats Canelo, he is the GOAT. I don't give a shit what nobody says.
I don't know. I wouldn't say he's a GOAT, but JJ, correction, my friend. Crawford is at the end of the road. Canelo not.
Up
Crawford
here,
is
yeah.
at the end of the road.
Up
No,
here.
he's not. No, because this is a difference, JJ. We see Canelo going there and do what he do every time. So we can't say the money is stopping him. This is what he do. When you're a great fighter like Canelo is, money don't make you. You're going to still go in there and perform. Now, you wouldn't
No
want to test
one
your
12-round fight with Bud Crawford. He had like a billion knockouts in a row. What are you talking about?
who?
He finally went the distance against Madrimov. Like, what do you mean Bud ain't showing out no more? He just absolutely destroyed
I no, I
another
said
super.
I ain't say Bud ain't showing out, but he like JJ that last fight against Madrimov, and tell me Crawford deserves to be in the ring with Canelo. Let's just be
Canelo's
honest.
had a
But I'm
couple
with
of
you.
stinkers too.
I'm with you though. It grew on me. Okay, let it happen. Turkey, pay the man, pay Canelo what he want. Make it happen in May. Cinco de Mayo. It might, make it happen. Pay Canelo what he want.
I would love. At this point, fucking sign me up. Take my
Fuck
money.
it.
Joe Baerga says I think it's 50-50. I think if you're only looking at arrow spins and a couple fights a little bit before that, maybe, but you got to remember, dog. Like remember the Mean Machine shot, and that's Mean Machine. And I think Terrence Crawford probably, if you were to ask me, is probably my favorite fighter right now. If I had to put my fan hat on, I love Terrence Crawford, but I just don't see it happening, man. I don't think Crawford beats Berlanga or Munguia. I think a lot of people beat Berlanga. But what's up? Crawford on the decline for sure. He ain't showing out at 168. Yeah, man, that's a big mountain to climb, dude. That's a big mountain to climb. Like, think about the shots that Canelo's absorbed over the years. You say what you want about the Kovalev fight. He absorbed some Kovalev, the crusher shots. He absorbed Triple G's best shots. So, I'm not the biggest.
Little bitty Crawford. Little bitty Crawford. Little bitty Crawford got this Superman strength. He got to the upper room strength. They think little bitty Crawford gonna be able to knock Canelo out, and none of them bigger guys that Canelo done fought ever been
I
able.
bet you $1,000 Terrence Crawford beats Canelo arm wrestling. He's so much stronger, bro. He's a strong ass dude, dog. I'm telling you. Somebody clip it out. Let's talk. Let's challenge him. Let's see how much we had to pay. How much Turkey would pay for that. Dog, his hands are like this big, dog. Like he is a strong. You seen him wrestle? You got me over here like selling territory.
I mean, I want to see the fight. I ain't saying, but look, I'm just. I mean, I'm with the fight. Yeah.
Canelo will almost be 200 pounds versus Crawford. Shit, yeah, I can see it, man. But yeah, the first time Crawford feels Canelo's power, I think he's gonna be like, "Ooh, this is different. This is different. It has to be. I don't care who the hell you are. It's gonna be different."
Look at De La Hoya. Go into survival mode like Jermell Charlo.
No, Bud won't do that.
Oh, all right, so he's gonna get knocked out.
He'll get knocked out.
So he's gonna stand there like a dummy.
When he gets hit, he comes back harder. We got you on this show saying Bud gets done when he gets hit.
But Canelo different though. When you going against them, the weight class that you're supposed to be in, you could overcome that like if you're a great fighter like Crawford is. But when you're going up, okay, all right. I mean, I'm
look what happened look at De La Hoya's moved from 154 to 160. Like Felix Sturm, as Oscar De La Hoya is my favorite fighter of all time. Felix Sturm beat Oscar De La Hoya, and then we saw him, Bernard Hopkins, just toying with him, playing mind games with him. So this 154 to 168 is not easy, dog. Everybody is brainwashed by that July 29th, 2023 performance. But Errol, Terrence Crawford.
Oh yeah.
But
no, they got look, Crawford fans got every reason to glow in that performance he put on against Earl the Truth Smith Jr. But like, hey, I'm with y'all. I was against this fight, but like I said, if Chuck paid the money, I'm all with it now. I'll be all in. And I think this fight will be huge. I think this fight will be huge. And they can't do this fight in Saudi Arabia. They cannot do this fight in Saudi Arabia, JJ. They got to do this fight. Bro, this fight will. I'm with it, man. It'll be huge because a lot of people will want to see if Terrence Crawford could really do the unthinkable. And I'm gonna say this: if Terrence Crawford is able to do the unthinkable, JJ, this will be a moment in history that we'll never forget. Right? If Crawford just run through and beat Canelo, like he ain't even got to beat Canelo like that. If you could outbox Canelo, outpoint him, and go 12 rounds and do that because Canelo gonna keep the pressure and you're that good, salute, win. Crawford earned that. Crawford earned the right to go in there and box, stick and move, and do the Shakur Stevenson against Canelo. He earned that right.
Listen, Corey, Canelo has. I know Boxing Magic about to have an aneurysm. Canelo's footwork is not good. Another thing about Canelo, he fights in spurts. He won't just keep the pedal to the metal for 3 minutes a round. He fights in spurts. Doesn't throw a shit tons of different types of combinations. Those are kind of recipes for disaster against an athletic fighter. Everybody keeps remembering the Terrence Crawford to beat up Errol Spence. If Terrence Crawford beats Canelo, it's not going to be that same fight, to your point. He's going to be a lot more athletic. Who's more of an athletic, just general person? It's Terrence Crawford. So if he wins, dog, man, you see Terrence Crawford every single time succeeding in every damn video he posts, whether it's running track, bowling, cards, darts, wrestling.
Terrence Crawford is narcissistic. He gonna put up everything.
Come on, let's not turn into
I'm just kidding. I'm just being funny. But I don't know, whoop-de-doo. But Crawford put on all that muscle and come up, and we seen Crawford lose a step. He's not. Y'all talking about Canelo. Crawford ain't the same guy he used to be. Crawford can't move like he used to move. And then with him putting on all that weight coming up there against Canelo, of course Canelo is going to be the more athletic and the more strong. Of course Canelo will be. No, there's nobody on this planet who could prove to me if Crawford has to put on that much muscle and come up to 168, that's not going to take effect away from how quick he throw, how he can move. Canelo is naturally there. So yes, Canelo is going to be the more naturally athletic and hard puncher in that fight. He's going to be able to walk him down.
I didn't say Bud was going to outbox Canelo. I said, just like I said earlier about Schofield, if he wants to win against Shakur, that, in my opinion, I ain't no damn the answer, but in my opinion, that's what the fight has to look like. In my opinion, if Bud wants to beat Canelo, he has to utilize movement. He has to. So that's all I'm saying. That's what that fight will have to look like. So,
But you say Canelo ain't got no footwork. I see Canelo
don't have no footwork.
Okay, no footwork.
Like he's got cement in his boots, bro. He does not have footwork, bro. He does not. He can't cut off the ring. He does not have footwork. That's why he struggled so much against Triple G the first fight, bro. Like he does not have. Come on, dog. Come on now.
JJ, now listen. Okay, look. Triple G was a great fighter, so why ain't he supposed to struggle against a guy like
I'm just talking about his footwork specifically.
No, but what I'm saying is, JJ, Canelo growed after that fight. And he's been able to walk, besides Dimitri Bivol, besides him, every other fighter that Canelo done faced since that, including Triple G, he's been able to walk them down, JJ, and get them on the road.
Fighter who had any ability. Well, no, I take it back. I do take it back. Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders. Look at me, man! You kicking my ass today, Corey. Shit.
No,
for those first-time viewers, he doesn't always kick my ass like this.
No, I don't. But look, I'm not saying like Crawford footwork ain't better than Canelo at his weight that he at. Like, if we're gonna say who footwork better, if Crawford in the 147 or 140-pound division, yeah, his footwork better. But with him trying to put on all that muscle, his footwork is not gonna be better than Canelo, because you don't have too much muscle on him, and he's going to be bigger. He's not going to swing as fast. Canelo is going to be able to pick him apart, boom, boom, right through the middle, do like that, boom, uppercut, punches on it. Man, it's going to be bad for Crawford.
Hey, dog. Oh no, Boxing Magic. Put that son of a bitch on Twitter. Who's got better footwork, Bud or Canelo? No, don't even put Bud in there. Just say who's got better. Or does Canelo got good footwork? Just put it on Twitter. See what they say. I don't know. Your followers are on that crazy ass Canelo cult though. That shit gonna be unanimous. Anyways, hey dog, but Corey, I'm gonna wrap it up, bro. I got the fam downstairs, bro. Another great episode. I appreciate you, bro. Excellent fucking partner, co-host, and friend. Appreciate the chat. One more reminder, please, y'all hit that like button. Please subscribe. hit the notification so you can see when we're on. Every now and then we'll break some news. We have before. We'll do it again. So y'all, appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good night. TSB out. It's a new process.
This is JJ Solomon.
This is Ray Bradshaw, Mr. IOTBA. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.